What's up, everybody? I'm Mo,
It's your boy Kabza here.
and welcome to the Got It All Covered podcast.
Yes, sir.
Music, and yeah, today, what are we doing today?
Hey, bro, it's our first album review
Mm-hmm.
on the series,
Yes.
and it had to be a Drake album.
It had to be a Drake album.
It had to be a Drake
Yeah.
album.
We know we're a little bit late. We had to, figure some stuff out. I think we're like 2 weeks late, but I feel like we had to talk about this album because it made a lot of waves online for all the wrong reasons. But
doubt.
yeah, but we just thought that let's just have some fun and let's just talk about this very I'll say divisive album. It's a it caused a lot of conversations. It made
Plus,
people,
we've had some time to digest it, so
yeah,
our review should be as accurate.
exactly,
We
yeah,
went through
definitely.
so many emotions listening to this album from the first listen when the album
When the
dropped.
album dropped, yeah,
After a few weeks, when we started to warm up to the album,
yeah.
then now we're here. After a couple of
After a
listens.
couple of listens, you get to like properly digest. Cause you know what, now I feel like I can just say that this album, right, when it dropped, myself, I'm just gonna give my first reaction. I thought it was a stinker. First hand. That time I'm just like, what is Drake doing? Like this year, I'm listening to it. I was listening to it on my way to school, thinking, you know what, I'm gonna get all hyped up for school, club banger, and then I'm here, doom 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 doom. Doom. Wait, hold on, what's going on here? Because I'm just like, this is a Drake album, okay. And I think that's the same reaction that everyone had. I think maybe that's
True,
why
bro.
it
Even
got.
the biggest Drake fans,
Mm,
he is one of the best rappers of the last generation.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, man, listening to the intro was good, bro. It sold us alive, bro. The intro sold us alive, bro, because it had a bit of. I'm talking about the beat right now. A bit of champagne poetry vibes to it, but it's just that it
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
finished.
That
Like
was
they
that was
clipped apart from champagne poetry. And falling back, I'm expecting Drake,
to just like, okay, what's he
to
gonna
just
talk
rip it
about?
up,
What's he gonna talk?
to just
And
rip
then
it up.
yeah,
Plus the snippets leading up to the release of this album, because there were some snippets going out on,
yeah,
on
true,
the socials
true.
that Drake is dropping his summer tape. And the last surprise drops are legendary. Dark Lane demo tapes. If you're reading this is too late, one of the best
True.
projects of the 2010s decade.
Yeah.
And on the second track, Falling Back, I heard Drake's worst vocal performance. One of Drake's worst vocal performances.
Dropping bombs. Pretend that there's like explosions. We're not good at editing quite yet, so just pretend that there's bomb. Yeah, wow, that's a
And you know what's sad?
big statement. That's a big statement. Yeah.
This album was supposed to be a follow up to the good mixtapes that he has released.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
But bro, man, the second track just put me off.
Yeah, I think it put everyone off. I think that set the tone for the album completely because now obviously you didn't know what to expect, and then when you get that, you're just like, okay, this is it now. All right, yeah, yeah, and I'd say after listening to it without the expectation of expecting like a club banger, after listening to it knowing that it's gonna be a dance album, because it was a surprise album altogether, so we didn't know what to expect. So now when I listened to it the second time, I also just thought to myself, what I will say, I'll commend Drake for trying to do something different.
True.
I'd say I commend the fact that he's been touching on every single genre that there is, for quite some time now, ever since Views probably he started doing this thing of just touching every single genre. So for him to like properly focus on one kind of genre and just like try to perfect it, I'd commend him for that. But
his first concise album since If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
True. Yeah. So I think for the fact that he tried it, I'll commend him for that. But I don't know. I think it wasn't his best performance. I'd say I wouldn't say it wasn't his best performance.
True, bro. The first reaction, the first listen it wasn't good.
Yeah.
It didn't sit well with us.
True.
Drake fans who was expecting him to come back with a bang.
Yeah, and he came back, for sure, but he came back and not in the way that we all thought.
So yeah, man, let's jump into the overall performance.
Yeah,
The artist
the
performance
artist performance.
on this album.
What I will say, they okay, okay, maybe on falling back, but then there are a couple of songs.
There
There
are
are a couple of
there
songs
are a
where
couple
you
of
know
songs. You
he
can pull out the track list.
you can put out the track list.
Yeah.
There's what there's we'll say what
Text Go Green.
Text Go Green, yeah,
Text
Text
Go
Go Green, yeah, that was
That's a great vibe.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
vibey song.
yeah. But me personally, for me, I would say calling my name. I'd say I know that maybe I don't know. You might not agree with me, but then calling my name.
You're trolling.
No, no, no.
You're trolling. You're trolling.
No,
Nah,
for real,
bro, you're trolling. You're
No,
trolling.
I mean, okay, I am.
trolling.
Okay, okay, I am. Okay. Okay, I am. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I knew it was gonna get a reaction out of him, but yeah,
I mean, it was calling his name, so you must. But nah, bro. Like this album, like I said, it has one of Drake's worst vocal performances on an album.
Which is saying a lot because Drake really sings well. He sings really good.
Yeah.
He sings really, really good.
So many
yeah.
on the production side, 40, Black Coffee. Y'all were the executive producers, bro. You're gonna do some explaining. Yeah.
Now we're as South Africans, we were proud to see Black Coffee, you know, flying the flag
putting
high,
on his son,
putting on his son too. Yeah,
producing Text Go Green.
But man, you know,
nah.
You could hear that there was a bit of the coffee flavor on it, you know, because you know we've been listening to Coffee's music forever, so like we could hear that flavor, but you know, I don't know. I feel like it was that thing of like he was trying to do something, and then he just really didn't know how to do it the best way. Because I think because it was his first try, maybe we can give him a pass in a way. But then, I mean, it's Drake though.
Yeah,
you know? He's got
it's a Drake album.
It's a Drake album.
You should
you know?
like, and I think that's what most people were complaining about. That, bro, you're the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah,
you're the biggest artist. You can
At this
literally
point,
bring in all the best producers and all the best vocalists and stuff to help you out on this album. And I must say, the artist's performance wasn't good.
It was.
It wasn't good.
I would. Yeah.
It was not.
Good at all.
I mean, I can name more misses than hits on this album.
Oh. Jeez.
that says a lot.
That says a lot.
The artist's performance. I'm disappointed. All the Drizzy fans, man. The music world though is disappointed of this album.
I must say, I love the memes. I loved all the memes that came from this album. I love them. They were just, but yeah, as an album, you know, I think what summed up this album was Drake's reaction at his listening party when he was telling people like, you know what, it's okay if they don't get it. You know, we're way ahead of them. You know, we're way ahead of you guys. Like, I think that was him kind of consoling himself, just like say like, you know what, it's fine. You know, we'll just wait for you guys to catch up. And I'm just like, no, it's not that, you know, it's not that we don't get it. It's just that I think, you know, the execution, we could see the execution was tried, but it just wasn't executed well.
It was not.
It wasn't.
But there are some positives. So, as we mentioned, Text Go Green. Shout out Sona, Black Coffee Sun.
Yeah.
Sticky. That's a banger, bro. That's a banger, bro. That's a banger, bro.
It's a bit iffy. It's a bit of a sticky one. sorry. But yeah, no, my personal favorite song from this album is Massive. I think, you know, Massive. I think after listening to it the third time, I kind of got the dance vibe that he wanted to give to us, and I think that one was. I enjoyed the production of that song. I enjoyed that one, so that one was pretty good.
It actually is the only song that's close to being a dance song.
Yeah,
because there he added some Baltimore dance music from Jersey. You know, you can even feel it in the bounce of the beat.
Yeah.
The way it was so subtle yet uplifting. You know, when you plug that song on, you know, it's like you're listening to some unreleased songs by Calvin Harris.
Oh, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say Calvin, but okay, I get what you're saying.
It's the closest song to a dance song.
Yeah, on a
song
dance
that you can play in Ibiza.
On a dance album. Yeah. I think that's why for me, Massive was probably my favorite favorite song from this album. Yeah.
Sticky too, bro. Sticky.
Maybe I need to grow on Sticky a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, but
and you know we can't forget the outlier, the outro. Jimmy Cooks.
Oh, Jimmy Cooks. You see that? I think I speak for everyone in the world when I say that Jimmy Cooks is a straight up banger. It's a straight up 5 out of 5. Honestly, I think that was everyone listening to the album saying, "Oh, thank goodness." Fine, thank goodness. Oh my god, I was just like hoping for like something, just some hip hop vibes, and I think 21 Savage, he killed it. The only feature, the only recognized feature
Yeah.
on the album, he killed it. He completely just it was amazing. I think that song.
Yeah.
I think it deserves it. It's number one. It's currently number one in the Hot Billboard, so I think it deserved it. And yeah, it's a straight banger, definitely.
Yeah, man. Overall, the artist's performance, it wasn't good.
It was, yeah. No, I wouldn't. Yeah,
It wasn't good,
it
man.
was not
Let's
good.
move over to the content. What did Drake put out on this album? The lyrics, the production. Does this album have that thing that will hold it out for a while in the music industry?
Short answer: no, it doesn't. It does not. No. I think sometimes when you listen to an album, it doesn't necessarily have to have a story or a message or
True,
have
true.
anything, but
It's a dance album.
it's a dance album.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I wanna like get something from when I listen to it. I wanna like feel something, and I don't know, man. It felt a bit disjointed for me, man. I don't know,
True,
like
it did.
I just this.
There were a lot of patches where like you didn't get the vibe.
Yeah,
At songs.
true. There were
No.
some songs. There were some songs. I think there's what which one is the 2 minute and 10 second one? Is it what calling my name? Yeah, that one. It ends so abruptly, right? It ends so abruptly. Like, oh wait, you finished. Oh wow. And then there's some songs that are like 4 minutes long and just like, okay, this is dragging on for quite some time. And
True.
it's like, okay,
True.
can we end now? I
And
think,
there were some songs that were too short. A Keeper. It had that nice balmy beat by Black Coffee. It sounded like Superman. I think they sampled Superman, Black Coffee
the
song,
Black Coffee
featuring
song.
Boosie,
Mm-hmm.
and they added a little twist to it. And I enjoyed that song, but it was too short, man.
Yeah, way too short.
It was too short, and it is part of a run of bad songs, in my opinion. Currents. The squeaky, the squeaky bed sample, bro.
I think that's who Champagne Poppy is. I think we all know that's Drake's. That's what he talks about. The whole
Girls,
bravado of
hoes.
girls. Being the party, the life of the party. So I think. But the squeaky, it kind of threw me off a bit. I won't lie. It kind of just like it was.
The beat switch didn't help too. The beat switch didn't help
it
too.
Didn't help.
Yeah, looking at this run, like Currents, A Keeper, Calling My Name, then Sticky and Massive after that. You
Yeah.
see, like you can't have 3 bad songs in a row. I mean, that's uncalled for, bro. For an artist of this caliber, bro. Like you just shimmy the number 1 track from a bad album, bro. Like just like that, and you got 3 bad songs in a row, man.
I think I can speak for that number one. I think that just speaks to his commercial power now as an artist. I mean, I think like he just, I think I think Drake could possibly drop him burping like in the alphabet. It could probably make it to top 10. I think that just speaks to like the amount of like clout that he has right now.
Yeah.
I would say I'm not saying he's a bad artist. Don't get me wrong. He's been one of the main faces of this generation in terms of music.
But then the album starts picking up with Sticky and Massive, Flights Booked.
True. I would say flights booked. I don't know. I think it was a good listen. I'd say it was a good listen. I wouldn't say like it was a song that I would listen to again. I'd say maybe the first time I listened to it, like, oh, okay, this is a nice catchy song a little bit, but then I wouldn't say I'd listen to it like more than once. I'd listen to like a song like Massive, a song like that. I think that I think it just speaks to how not every single song has the same amount. For me, anyways, it doesn't have. Not every single song has the same detail in terms of production and in terms of like in terms of quality for me. I don't know. I think it was. That's why I say the structure was very disjointed for me. It didn't really flow very well. And I think again we will give Drake a pass because he's trying a completely different avenue that he has never done like this like concisely before. So yeah, I think we'll give him a pass. I think maybe people are a bit too harsh, maybe just a little bit too harsh. I don't know.
Nah, man. Some of the criticism is deserved because you have songs like Downhill where Trezor just puts on a mediocre, lazy performance. Like Drake just got this guy into the studio. Yo, this the beat, bro. This the beat. I tried. He tried though.
Yeah, he tried.
He tried.
Yeah,
though,
Treso, shout out Treso though. He also flying, even though he's from Malawi, but then he made his name
he's
here,
our
so
boy,
he's
he's our
ours.
boy.
He's ours. He's ours. Even though he's from Malawi, he's our boy. So yeah, shout out to Treso. But yeah,
Summing up the content of this album is tough because it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
yeah,
It's a mixed bag. Jimmy Cook's being the only standout song. It's not even a dance song.
A dance song, yeah.
On a dance album. But shout out Massive. It
You know what I feel like? I feel like Drake putting Jimmy Cooks on that album, on a dance album, was him just feeling like maybe he didn't also feel like the reception would be very good. So at least that he'd have that one song just to just to rest on, just to be like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was the idea all along.
nah, bro. That he did do that. Remember when the release of prior to the release of Views from the Six,
yeah,
as it was called then, he dropped 2 singles, Summer 16, 3 actually. Pop Style featuring The Throne, Kanye West and Jay-Z.
yeah.
Remember that song? Summer 16 and One Dance. He didn't think One Dance would be his biggest song at that moment of his career. He One Dance was just an experimental song that they did with 40 and he released it with some hip hop songs with Pop Style and Summer 16 just to, like you said, give it something to fall back on.
Yeah.
And I think the same tactic was applied here, but the thing is,
all right, fair enough.
It wasn't executed well. So man,
I would say it was executed very well.
yeah. The content lackluster.
Very lackluster.
Yeah. Moving on to the features, man. We already mentioned.
I already touched on Treso. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's a few parts in the album where you can slightly hear his voice, just like just like in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah, even though he's an uncredited feature, I think, but he did do his best. I'd say
Has his best performance on this album.
Yeah, true. We're talking about Treso right now, not Drake. Now we're talking about Treso. And I think what song was that? Probably song
Downhill, Currents, and Ties That Bind.
Ties That Bind. Oh, okay.
Treso's featured
right.
on. And we already mentioned Sona, Black Coffee Sun.
Yeah.
Producing textbook with Black Coffee 2 on Currents. Black Coffee.
No, but then shout out to Black Coffee, man. Honestly, dude. No, I feel like Black Coffee. You can hear that, man. Black Coffee. He added that his flavor. That. Sorry, let me do it properly. That Black Coffee flavor. That black. I'm sure you didn't see right now. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. But no, yeah. He did add. He added a bit of that flavor, man. He did. No, honestly, the production. I feel like if he wasn't on this album, we could have been talking about a completely different story. So I think Black Coffee, the production of this album with Black Coffee, he did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job, I'd say. Which is, I mean, obviously we have criticized it, but then we have to give him his dues and say that he did.
But he has to come up with an explanation. Who sampled that bed, that squeaking bed, bro?
Squeaky.
Who came up with that idea? Because he is the executive producer on the song.
On the song, sure.
He also has writer
credit. So yeah, these guys. I think these guys were all just in a room and they're just saying like, what would work great? A sample of a bed squeaking, and everyone is just like, "Oh, that's amazing! That's amazing!" My mind is blown. Science, just crazy. So yeah, that was very weird. Just yeah, as I said before, like it just like when I heard it, it just threw me off. It just threw me off like
And yeah,
quite a
man,
bit.
we got Gordo, Carnage, and Sticky.
Mm.
Nah,
You
man,
really like the sticky song,
bro,
you know?
bro, that I feel like it is a banger, bro. It is a banger.
I mean, oh, bang. Okay, I mean,
It
okay,
is a
it
banger,
isn't
bro.
it is in the Billboard Top 10 as of right now, as we're recording.
Yeah,
So I mean, clearly it does have people. Okay, right,
it
I'll
is a
give it that.
banger,
Yeah,
and he executed it quite well. The sample to the background vocals on it,
true,
he did well.
true.
Moving on, we got Take Keith, bro, producing Jimmy Cooks. You know, when you hear that take tagline,
Yeah. When you know that it's
you
this
know,
is
man,
probably gonna be a banger, and yeah,
with 21 Savage too, man.
I think you know, take he did his thing. He did
Yeah,
his thing. You know, they called him say, hey man, I'm doing a dance album, but at the end, I'm gonna need to go hard. And I think you know his production, like he did a really good job on that. I think you know that song was done very well. It was executed very brilliantly. It was really just the highlight in a very lackluster album.
yeah.
I'd say he was the highlight of a very
I love the flute at the end of the song where like during the switch up
yeah.
to 21 Savage is part of the song, the background flute.
Oh yeah, I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that was good.
Where
That was good.
21
Yeah.
Savage just slid over that beat.
Slid, yeah, just perfect
He just
transitions.
slid over
Yeah,
it.
no, that was pretty good. I enjoyed
Also,
that.
the trumpet in the beginning. You know, Takey, like, he executed quite well. He is the standout producer of this album. And he only did one
You
song.
only need one
He
song.
only did one song, man.
Ooh,
And he
that's
only
saying
did one
something.
song, bro, because he was in his element.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
really
that's
Take
yeah,
Keith
yeah.
to his niggas, you know.
We're a family show. We're a
Yeah,
family
yeah,
show. We're a
yeah,
family
yeah,
show. Yeah.
yeah, man. Because he executed it quite well, bro. The bass line, they were clean, you know,
True.
nothing harsh, nothing. It's still a banger, but the bass lines were clean.
True.
The execution, the crossover from Drake to 21 Savage using the P word that a cat basically.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was executed quite well.
Yeah.
The production, he saved it.
Yeah. I'd
He
say he
saved it.
saved it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say as a whole, the production was, you know, they did what they could. You know, they did what they could. Obviously,
true.
you know, this is a Drake album, but it's not a no, it's not your conventional Drake album. But you know, yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Can you just touch on that point that he said something off camera about adding dance vocalists on this album. I think that was a pretty good point that you added. Yeah.
I feel like it would have boosted the album much better. Imagine having Zara Larson on a keyboard,
Yeah.
Dua Lipa on Ties That Bind, bro. Calvin Harris's production on it would have been
It would have been, yeah.
a proper dance album.
Having people who are familiar to the genre helping you do the genre that you're doing for the first time. You know,
True.
I think that would have been
And
that.
him tackling it alone
Yeah.
for 13 tracks.
Because yeah, for most of he only, literally that he most besides Tresor, like
Yeah.
he's basically doing this whole performance on his vocally. He's on his own. And,
True.
you know, I mean, you know, in most cases, you know that would work perfectly.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he was doing this, he's doing a genre that he's never really done before. That was that was a bit risky and a bit putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You know, we know you're Drake. We know that
Yeah.
Champagne Poppy, Aubrey, Drake. Yeah, but I don't know.
And yeah, man, just to add more on that, I think he didn't prepare much for this. It's 6 months, but 6 months doesn't give you a good album. Bro. I feel like he did not, bro. Looking back at the dance songs prior to this, you got One Dance.
Yeah.
One Dance. It has Wizkid and Kyla. They do Afro beats, bro. They are Afro beats artists.
True.
Going back to my statement saying he needed more help, just like on that song. If Drake did One Dance alone without Wizkid and Kyla on that song,
would it have been the smash hit?
Nah, it wouldn't have been. Get It Together on More Live. Black Coffee, Joa Smith on that song. It was a nice song, bro. It was a good song. It was a good song. So imagine if he actually did get actual dance people on this album.
That's actually a really good point that,
Yeah.
that I like. But can I just say you said that he didn't prepare much, but you know what? You know what's funny? The fact that Drake actually said that this is the most time that he's ever spent on an album before, like in the past, like for quite some time. Like he said that the past 7 months he was working really hard on this album. So so for the fact that like he you could tell that he was actually invested in this. He was actually he wanted to do this. He had the idea. I'm pretty sure he's had this idea since One Dance.
Yeah.
To do a dance album like this. So I think I don't know. Maybe just it means that as he said, maybe he just needed the help
True.
just to execute it the way that he wanted to correlate with the hard work that he put into the album. Because I mean, you could tell that he was passionate about the album. I guess it just wasn't executed the best way, maybe.
Yeah, man, and he should have revisited those songs, in my opinion, just to get a glimpse of what Drake and other dance features can do on a
Yeah,
song.
sure.
And talking about this album right now, bro, how would it go on you?
Yeah, yeah. I think the question that we are asking, usually this is my favorite part of the album review. Does it have any replay value? And right now, obviously, right now, 2 weeks after the album dropped, I would give it a no. I would say it does not have any replay value whatsoever. I would say that as an album as a whole, uh, I
As an
don't.
album, as an album, I don't think it will.
No, I don't. Because
But
yeah,
the impact, we might see
more.
more rappers hopping on dance beats. Calvin Harris just got 21 Savage on a dance beat for his new album, Fuckway Volume 2.
I mean, okay, but then I mean, Calvin Harris is always he's always worked with rappers, but I do get your point. I
Yeah.
would say that maybe him doing this might like influence other rappers to try and do something similar or something different. Maybe try to go away from what they're normally comfortable with, to go out of their comfort zone, maybe, and try something different. Maybe I would say that maybe we'll see. Obviously, we'll only time can tell us if that's going to be true or not. But for myself, I don't see myself listening to this album 5 years from now. Maybe I might listen to a few songs, sure,
Yeah.
a few songs, but I don't see myself listening to this album as a whole. The same way I listen to Views, what 6 years after it dropped, like I still listen to that album and I think it's a banger. But honestly, Nevermind. I'd, yeah, as the name entails. Honestly, never mind. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah,
Yeah, man,
that's my
it
opinion.
won't age well. It won't age well.
I don't think it'll age well, but
Yeah.
we'll see whether the impact will stay stagnant. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
And yeah, cause it's our first album review, we'll just give them a scope of how we judge these albums.
Yes. 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 Yes.
We touched on the artist performance, the content,
Uh-huh.
the features,
Yes.
production,
Uh-huh.
and the replay value.
Yes.
And doing that, we got a scorecard,
Uh-huh.
0 to 10. In the bin, your album is trash. Basically, that's that. If you score 0, 1, 2, you'll have your own video where we explain why is your album trash and stuff like that as an artist. Then we'll move on to bad, which is a score of 3 and 4. And a mid album, just 5. It's an average album. 5 and 6. Those are average.
Yeah.
That's an average score. Then good, 7. 7. Amazing, 8 and 9. Then perfect. That's a 10. That's a 10.
That's a perfect 10. That's just complete.
And if you got a perfect album, you deserve your own segment.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't heard any perfect albums this year so far.
This year, yeah.
But yeah.
So where would you rate this new Drake LP?
I would honestly, I'd give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. I'd say it's mid. It's a mid album. It's a mid album for me. I would say, yeah, you know, I could see what he was trying to do, and I could see that I'll commend him. That's what I'll say. I'll commend him, and I'll give him a pass. I won't be too judgmental.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're Drake, man. You gotta at least try to give us some of that flavor. I know what that means, but yeah, just try to give us something. So yeah, I think I'll go to 5 for now. But yeah, if he does it again and he still does the same thing, it's in the bin. But for now, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Bro,
Yeah.
look, reviewing this for me, I have to look at the good songs, the ratio from good to bad, bro.
And there's more bad than
Jimmy Cooks, I don't really count it on the album.
because it's not a dance song.
It's a rap song
It's a rap
on the
song.
dance album.
Mhm.
We got Massive, Sticky, Text Go Green. 3 out of 13 dance songs. Okay, let's remove the intro. 3 out of 12 dance songs. Actually, dance bangers. You can play these albums in dance nations like Ibiza, and people dance to these songs. Three songs are actually getting replayed. These are the only songs that have stars right now on Apple Music, just to show that these are the most replayed songs, bro. Okay, honorary mention, Jimmy Cooks.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
4 good songs on this album. I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan, but I'm a music fan, bro.
First. Yeah. Music first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that he tried something new, but I can't. 4 out of 12, bro. 3 out of 12,
Ooh.
not counting the rap song.
Yeah.
I'd have to give it a 4. It's a bad album.
Mm. And he's a Drake fan. Let's just put that he's a big Drake stan. Like he's the biggest. So that means something when a Drake fan is this disappointed. So yeah, I
Cause yeah, man, it has catchy songs, but these are songs that I'll play in the shower. It's embarrassing, bro. This is a dance. I should be playing these songs before going out somewhere, bro. I should be playing these songs to get myself ready to go party.
I'm just imagining you just dancing in the shower.
I'm not even dancing, bro. The shower is making a lot of noise, but it's a wallpaper album, bro. This is something you play before you prepare for some braai or something. Bro. And yeah, man,
Yeah,
this is personal to me.
Yeah,
bro,
I can tell.
over your team, man. Over your team, man. But bro, it's a bad album for me.
Yeah.
It's a bad album for me, bro.
Sorry, Aubrey. Sorry.
Yeah, man. That concludes our review, bro.
So yeah.
What do you think? In the charts, we saw the performance on the charts. It's a number one.
It's a number one, but I think that's just because of Drake. Drake's name as a whole. Drake will always have bangers on the top 10. I think I don't think. I mean, okay, Jimmy Cooks is a good song, but I just feel like Drake will always just have that aspect of him in his corner. Always commercially, he will always do well.
Yeah.
I think that's just a tale for just like his growth, and just like the way that he's managed to just grow as an artist.
Yeah,
I think
sold 210,000 units first week, which is a drop off from Drake's average 500k units sold first week. So that's why, bro. Like you can see, that's why I've rated that album. That also played an influence in it. So yeah, man. How did you think this review was? What are your thoughts?
And please tell us what you thought of Drake's Honestly Nevermind. What did you think the first time you heard it? What are your standouts? What do you have to say about it? We want to know. We want to hear it, and yeah, share what you think. And yeah, we'll have those conversations. Yeah.
And yeah, man, leave a comment on which album should we review next. Drop a like if you're on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Just so you get notified when we do other album reviews that will be as interesting as this one. Up next, we'll bring it back home. We'll be doing Kabza the Small, the King of Amapianos, KOA2 Part 1. That's our next album review, so be on the shout out for that. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. Those links will be dropped down below in the comment section. So yeah, from the GIAC fam, we out.